Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Travis. Welcome, Travis. Welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly. Tonight we'll go over trading in the zone, trend following, and trading. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Peter. Welcome, Peter. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Gary. Welcome, Gary.
Hey, what's going on, boss?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, my man.
Good, good. We'll get started shortly.
All right.
Guys, tonight we'll go over trading in the zone, trend following, and trading systems. And what we want to do is apply the charts to those areas. All right, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. I'm going to share my trading screen here. And we'll take a look at the futures market. So here's the futures market. We did get some buy-in. All right, some buy-in today. Came in today. Market was up pretty strong. Futures are down right now, but nothing has changed. Right, nothing has changed. We're still in the markdown phase. So on the Dow, here's the S&P, clearly in the markdown phase. The NASDAQ, markdown phase. We're looking at some support area down in this area right in here. Right here. So right in this area in here. All
David,
right.
we can't see your screen.
Okay, you can't. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Okay, how about now, Travis?
Yep, I can see it now.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Hold on 1 second here. Move things around. All right. Okay. So right here, we are watching this level here as an example here on the NASDAQ right here. So we've got some area right here. So we're watching this area here. We need to break this level here. Clearly still in the markdown phase. Okay. So nothing has changed. Like I said, we got some buying today, but nothing has changed. Any questions on the indexes, guys? Any questions on the indexes?
Yeah, if you could put this on a weekly time frame. I'm just trying to find my I'm trying to find my target.
On which, on the NASDAQ?
Yeah,
Peter?
on this chart.
Okay. All right. So let's do that.
The VIX is still up, so today's just a pull. I couldn't even look.
Yeah, the VIX is still up.
I couldn't even look at it today. It was like you told me don't look at it if it's you know it's gonna be up. It's just because I was watching last night the futures market on, and it was just keep going up and up and up and up. It was just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna trade today. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, you know, those days when I traded a lot, I would just go. I didn't always get a chance to play with anyone. So when and I used to play. I would play about 4, sometimes 5 days a week. I would play golf, right? I would go out and
Nice.
yeah. So I would just to get away, and I would literally when I wasn't playing, I would just go to the range and just get away from the screens and just hit balls. That's when I traded quite a bit. But yeah, you just got to get, hey Kat, hey, welcome. You just got to get away from the screen, when that happens, so so did you get away?
Yeah. I mean, I turned off all my platforms today. I just peeked in on the prices.
Mm-hmm.
I got faked out of my IWM positions yesterday. Because yesterday it was going down and then it bounced back up during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I closed because I was taking profits. I closed about 80% of my IWM positions. When it-
Okay.
when it did the pullback, it
Oh, okay. Okay.
was
Okay.
making a V-shaped pullback.
Yeah. So here is the Russell here. Here's the
'Cause you told
IWM.
me we're gonna use the 30 minutes or the 30 minutes to time our exit.
Yeah.
So
Did you do, you did that?
yeah. On the 30 minutes, it told me to get out on the IWM.
So you got out when? Yesterday?
Yeah, when they did the pullback.
Oh,
If you do,
okay.
yeah, you see today, but yesterday, you see that green bar up there
Mm-hmm.
after the red. Yeah, that
This
one. Yeah,
one?
that told me to get out. So I closed about 80% of my. I'm still in it, but
Okay.
I'm just taking profits. I'm just managing my
You have to. You have
manage
to.
my capital.
Yeah, you have to, right? I mean, you know what? And let's talk about this, right? Because this is trading in the zone, right? Trend following, and then using the systems, right? So we kind of, when we look at this, we want to incorporate all three. And what you have here with the IWM, let's just take this what we see right here in front of us. Okay, so on the 240, we have nothing, right? And I know your position was on the daily, but all this matters. All of this matters, right? So you did a good thing, right? Using the smaller time frame to get out, right? Because if you look here, here is the low, right? I would say here is pretty good support. Here is pretty good resistance right here. And guess what? Right? Price is moving higher, right? So all of this here, this is not tradable. This is not tradable. So it's not trending down like this. Okay. It right now it can go anywhere.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to chop sideways for a bit. So
Yeah.
right now it's just chopping sideways because my positions are 80% options, and then of course some shares of ETFs. So
Yeah.
my options getting chopped
Yeah.
up. So I just
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on preserving capital right now, and then basically when it gives me entry going short, then I'll take it again.
Yeah, that's smart. You have to do that. You really do, right? Especially, no, I mean, even if you're not trading big, right? It's always good. You have nothing here, and guess what? Guess what, Peter? Here, hey Juan, here, right here, you had bearish, you had sellers in here, and guess what? We know what comes after these white candles, right? What comes after these white candles normally? After these white neutral candles after selling, what comes after?
Green candles.
Yeah, green candles, buyers, right? So we getting, look at this, we getting higher lows, higher highs. Its price is looking to test this resistance, right? If it tests this resistance, breaks this resistance, guess what? We're going higher. Right? As much as we would like it to go down, doesn't matter. Right? And guess what? You can see here on the 30-minute that the buyers are coming in. Let's put it on a 60-minute, right? Let's put it on a 60-minute. Buyers are coming in. And I like to do this here. Let's put on a 15 minutes here. Look at this, a 15 minutes here. Guess what? Buyers are definitely coming in, right? They can push that price. Right here, 205. 205 is right at this resistance right here. Okay, 205 is right here is 205. Right here is 205. We get above that area. Guess what? We could start moving higher. So yeah, you've got to get out, protect some capital. Okay. As much as, we want it to go down and break these levels down. I mean, yes, we're in the markdown phase on the daily, but all of this matters. All of this matters, especially when you're trading heavy. If the price comes back down, start testing this area, down in this area in here, you can always get back in. You can always get back in. All right. So good job protecting capital. Right. So Peter, you learned from the previous time, right? You learned from, and this is what this is all about, right? You remember this right here, this move to the downside right here, and you didn't preserve capital, right?
No, I should have took some profit. And
Yeah.
then basically, woo,
Yeah.
right now it's survive and preserve my capital.
Yeah, so it gave you another chance and you learn. And that's what's about, right? This is all about, learning, try to minimize those errors that we make, and then maximize those, those things that we are good at, right? So this was a learning lesson, and you learn from it. So now you're protecting your capital. And you never know. Let's say it gets up above 205, breaks resistance up in this area here, and starts moving higher. We just do not know. We just do not know. So yeah, good job protecting.
I'm starting to switch into trading within support and resistance. Basically, scalping. Right now, just lightly, just to gain more capital.
Okay, so give me an example on which time frame.
For example, if it'll go down, it'll hit support, and then it seems like price does not like to stay down. So it'll bounce back up. So you buy at support, and then when you come to resistance, you sell, and you just kind of trade, chopping.
Yeah.
You just trade within support and resistance. Just scalp.
Yeah. So
I'm doing lightly, just like one call contract, one put contract, scalping with it. Because it looks like IWN does not, it's just trading within a channel. It's just range bound. It does not want to break support. It does not want to break resistance.
Yeah. The only thing you've
and
got
it's tough. And it's tough when I know I'm correct. I gotta let go being correct and be profitable. So capital management first. Yeah. Even though I want to make big money on shorting this IWM, but it looks like it does not want to consistently break down.
Yeah. 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 So what you want doesn't matter, right? So what we want doesn't matter, right? So we've got to be flexible. And yes, if it's giving you opportunities, it's range bound, right? So it's stuck between support and resistance. Yeah, that's tradable. All right. What you have to keep in mind though, when it breaks out, right, either to the long side, it breaks support and goes short, or breaks resistance and go long, then you can't trade this anymore. That's where most traders get messed up, right? They're trading a range like this, and they assume that they can continue to trade the range like this, all right, forever. Okay. But what happens is once it starts to trend, breaks resistance and start to trend long, then you can't go long and short. You only go long. All right. Yeah. You only go.
I'm doing very lightly. Yeah. My main position is shorting, but then basically I'll take profits.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. And guess what? If it starts really moving to the long side, you can start taking calls, right? If it really breaks out, we don't care, right? Right? If it breaks this resistance, breaks 205, gives a buy signal on the 240, right? The let's say that's the 15 minutes, but let's say the 30 really starts to move up. Let's start looking for calls. Yeah, looking for calls to
I think our as a trader, the mind is hard to how to handle the cognitive dissonance. It's hard to handle both puts and calls at the same time, because it seems like my mind doesn't, it's hard to grasp like both directions at the same time. Like it does, so I'm just focusing on letting the system tell me, okay, this is time to go bullish, and this is the time to go bearish.
Yeah. And guys, you can, if anyone has any questions, jump in. But that's a good point, Peter. This is why we have, and we've tried everything. We've tried doing this for all these years, right? We've tried to make things as simple as possible. And the worst thing for a trader, and I tell traders not to do this, but the worst thing a trader could do is have buy and sell signals on the same chart. I hate it, right? So we have our long signals here and our short signals here. It will really mess you up. That's why with Monster Scalper, we have our long window here, so we only look at longs. And then we have our short here, so we only look at shorts. Okay, so we only take shorts here, and then we only take longs here. For that reason, Peter, for exactly that reason. Okay. When I train traders, new traders, we don't even, I mean, I'm becoming more flexible now because traders are grasping that information a lot quicker now. But for years, I would tell traders don't go short, just go long for about 90 days or so, right? Learn how to really master taking long trades, and then, right, add your shorts and master that. But trying to do both together at the same time at the beginning is very confusing. Yeah, for the mind. So that's a good point. That's a good point, Peter. All right. Did we look at the weekly time frame? Did we look at the weekly for the IWM for you? Yeah, I think we did. We did. Anything else you guys want to take a look at? Hey, Tracy, welcome. Anything else you guys want to take a look at? Anything else? All right. Well, just interrupt me if you guys have anything else. We're watching Bitcoin here. Okay, so we're starting to see some buying coming in Bitcoin, right? Here's a big candle came in. So we'll look for Bitcoin. Right now it's at 42 and change. We need Bitcoin to get above that 45,000 mark. Okay, probably around 47, we might get a buy signal right in this area here, but it's still consolidating, right? It closed the short signal. Let's see here, the sell short that was closed. So right here, so here was the previous sell signal to close. Here was the short here, a break of this support. And then here was the buy to cover right here, buy to cover or exit right here. So now here is the resistance. So Bitcoin is still stuck between support and resistance. So there's nothing to do, but it's trying to move higher, right? So it's kind of consolidating, kind of your IWM, Peter, kind of consolidating between support and resistance. All right. But if it gets above that area there, right? So if it gets around 45, 44 and a half, 45, we'll start to watch it a lot closer for a break. All right. Travis, did you get out of your longs, your dollar long positions?
I did. It's funny because late last night, actually early this morning, I thought about exiting. I started to feel almost fatigued at like trying to anticipate when it was gonna close.
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't. And this morning I woke up and saw that there was like a dip. There was a significant pullback, and still hadn't seen. This was like maybe at 7 this morning. I was taking my son to school, and I still hadn't seen the sell signal. And I said to myself, I was gonna do it then, and I said, all right, when I get back, if it's still no change, then I'm going to close because it was a pullback. And then when I got in after I dropped my son off, maybe like right as I was like loading up my accounts, I saw the sell signal, so I got out.
Okay, so you was 7 o'clock was about this white arrow. This
I
white
actually
candle.
I saw the signal first for USD HUF.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I kind of looked at that was the one where that was the first one I was tracking.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then I started to look at all the US pairs, and I noticed there was some pullback, and I think like a few others had already given a signal. And so once I pulled the trigger on this one, I just, even before the signal came up for DKK, I pulled the trigger on that one also.
Good job. That's what you want to do. Yeah, don't wait. When you see a few of them giving sell signals, don't wait. Just go ahead.
Because it was happening. It just hadn't happened to mine yet, but I saw that the writing on the wall, and I just pulled the trigger.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good. That's what you want to do. Yeah, all these dollar pairs are closing. We're in a couple of them. We'll look to close those. Yeah, so you're totally out of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So they're done. Once that happens, once that selling comes in, right? Once that selling comes in, just get out. A lot of traders try to go short. I wouldn't do that, right? A lot has to
I
happen.
haven't. I think I had earlier on, before I even started trading, I had that conversation with you before, but I haven't done that. Yeah, I'm just out of the positions.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here.
It seems like there's a lot of turnover and volatility happening. So
yeah, the pairs are. I mean, these are nice moves, right? Big nice moves to the upside, right? So at some point, right, they will reverse, right? If you guys ever, and I know Stella did this, her timing was a bit off, but she still had the right concept. When they're doing this, so we'll take a look at your USD HUF, right? So when you get out like this and you see selling come in, right? Let's put it in here. What is it?
F.
USD
HUF.
USD HUF. So USD HUF. All right. So when you guys see this, so let's say you were in this on the 240, you got in, I think you got in right around this area here, right? Got out, right? You can take the reversal and go short, right? You can go short, but don't do it on the 240. You can do it on a smaller time frame. Okay. So you can do it like on the 30, right? So here's a 30, and here is a sell short signal right here on the 30-minute, right here on the 30-minute too. Okay, but don't do it on the 240. You will not have a sell short signal. A lot has to happen. It has to, on the 240, it has to go through that distribution phase.
Got it.
Okay, but on the 30-minute, you get that distribution phase right here quicker, a lot quicker. Okay, and then you can scalp it, because this can go down, right, a lot. So, but that's pretty good trading right here. That's pretty good trading.
I did have a question about, just to get it right in just to get it straight in my head. If so, like trading on the 240, sometimes you'll see that like there'll be a buy signal on the 240. Like in this pair, the 240 had gone up for a while before there was a buy signal on the smaller time frames, like the 60 and the 30. And actually, even before there was on the, I'm just trying to figure out the correlation between, like, is there anything to be gained in terms of confirmations if, let's say, you've been in it on the 240 and you're not sure if it's going to continue long, but then you look at the 30 or the 60, or even maybe even a longer time frame like a weekly or a daily, and it is just given a buy signal on those to go long, if that makes sense. So like you're in a position in 240, you've been in it for a while, and it's recently starting to give you buy signals on other time frames, smaller or even longer time frames. Does that give any comfort as to like the continuation of the trend on the 240?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely. What you want to be concerned with, though, is that what traders will do is tend to then trade that window. Okay, so we can use it, and I'll put it in here, so we can see what's happening with the price. Let's see. All right. So you can do something like this. So that's, we'll do this. Let's keep it on the 240 here. We'll keep it on the 240. We can do a monthly. I kind of did that with Cat earlier. We can do different time frames. Let's do copy. You can do this. You just cannot, you have to stay within your trading window. Okay. So this will kind of tell us, give us a story of what's happening. And then we could do 30-minute here. So 30-minute. And then we'll do, let's do this. We're going to do a daily. The daily here, 240 here. Just follow me. This will make sense. Where did it go? All right, 240 here, 240. And 60. And then we'll do this is a great way to follow the price, and it will tell you a story. All right, so 60, 30, 30. I wouldn't do this for all your trading, but if you like Peter had a big trade, so you have a big trade and you're really looking to fine tune your exits, especially, what's that? 60, 30, that's 30, 15. 15 and then 5 minute here. And you can change the time frames. So we're going from a 5 minute all the way to a daily time frame. And then what we'll do is we'll look, there isn't much on the 5. Let's see if we can get a 10. Okay. All right, so we're gonna remove the longs. We're gonna remove the long signal. And we're just looking for an exit. Okay, Travis?
Okay.
Okay, so we're looking for,
Travis, how long did you hold that trade?
I got in February 13th. 13th or 14th, right around there.
Cool. That was a very good trade.
Yeah.
Awesome that you caught the wave up.
Hopefully many more to come.
yeah, so let's say, forget the daily for now, but let's say here's your 240 was your entry, right? So your 240 was your entry. You got the sell signal here, right? But on the hourly, so the sell signal came in here. Let's do this. So the sell signal came in here at 345. Okay, the sell signal. Let's remove the sell short. That's what I want to do. No sell short. So when the trade has really, when it's been extended, when like here, right? And it's gone up quite a bit. I mean, Travis, you did a good job holding on to that trade.
Mhm.
You can start, especially if you can see support and resistance zones higher, that might slow your trade down. Okay, you can start doing this. Now, I don't recommend doing this with every single trade. You're gonna waste a lot of time doing this, okay? But on your big trades, you know it's really gone up high, and you're looking to, you know it's slowing, right? And you need to, like you thought it was, right? You exactly what you thought this morning, right? You were
Yeah,
right.
last night, yeah, early this morning, maybe like 12, 1 o'clock.
You felt it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you felt it. So when that happens, you know that it's getting extended, right? It's retracing a bit. We don't want to get out too early, you know, but you'll know when it's getting extended, right? Especially when you start getting, white, and I'll show you guys here what you want to look for, especially when you get white consolidating candles. Don't wait for the red. Don't wait for the red candle. Definitely don't wait. You can wait for the sell signal, but you want to be savvy, right? The system is just kind of it's a good gauge, right? It's going to help you guys a lot, but there's some things you can do within it, right? Within the system to kind of maximize your profits, right? Because we can think a lot quicker than what the system can do, right? So, but what you can do here, so here was your exit at 345 on the 240. On the 60-minute, okay, here was your exit. Your 60-minute, your exit was at 358. Okay, so you're waiting for that 240, right? Your exit would have been 345. Okay, on the hourly chart, 60 minutes, your exit would have been 358. So you would have made some money there, right? You would have saved some money, saved some capital, right? On the 30-minute time frame, your exit would have been right here, 361. Okay, that makes a huge difference. So if you bring up your, if you look at your 240, let's remove that daily. That daily doesn't count. Okay, so if you look at, if you were timing this, right? If you know, you woke up this morning, you're like, I feel, I just have this feeling, right? That it's coming down, right? Especially when you get this white consolidating candle, right? After you get this white consolidating candle right here, that's your cue. Really, this is your cue that, hey, price might be turning, right? Right. Once the sellers come in, right now you're just fighting to get out, right? You're just fighting to get out. So the system will get you out right here. It gave you a sell signal right here, but sometimes it's going to get you right perfect. It'll get you right here, but sometimes it's going to give a little bit, right? So if you can start putting it on the smaller time frame and start to work, if you're just getting into the trade, let it do its thing. But after a big run up like this, yeah, you know the sell, you know that it's gonna come down, right? It's gonna come down. How long was this? Okay, perfect. Okay, so it is the entry, the buy signal was February the 13th.
Yeah.
And we in March the 10th.
Almost a month. Yeah.
Almost a month. And
yeah, because I got in on this one right around the buy signal at like 314.
Yeah.
Something.
So remember this, and write this down. The 240 guys, right? All of these time frames will give you a particular period where if you catch a trend, it's gonna run for that length of time, and that's it. So the 240, okay, the 240, it's gonna give you about a month. When if it catches a nice trend, 3 to 4 weeks of runtime. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks of runtime, and then it doesn't happen every single time, but I would say a good 80% of the time, and that's good enough. Where if it catches a trend, I think Kim had one that went about 5.5 weeks. That was long. But normally 30 days. And this is right on that. This is right on a month, 30 days run. Okay, so when you see that it's getting to that time, right? It's trending, you get a white consult, it's just not gonna run up forever. They don't run up forever. So when you start getting that white candle in here, start bringing out your smaller time frames. Look for an exit. Okay, so and then you can look for a sell signal. So here was the sell signal. So if you, let's say, Travis, you were looking to get out, this is the 240, right? You brought in a 60-minute, right? So rather than 345, it would have been 358. 30-minute rather than 358, okay, you would have been at 361 to get out. Okay, 361 on the 40-minute, 358 on the 60-minute, on the 240, 358 would be right up here. Okay, you might not have been able to catch that. Yeah, you might not have been able to catch that. You would have still been in. So I'm thinking right here, white candle, 352, still better than here.
Yeah.
Still better than here. All right. But you would see it. You would see that selling coming in, right? Right here on the 60-minute. And the 60-minute is pretty accurate. On the 60-minute, you're not going to get a lot of noise on the 60-minute. So the 60-minute, 352 or so, right? 352, you would have seen all of these selling coming in. All of these selling coming in on the 60-minute. 352 on the 30-minute, 352 would have been right down here. So you would have seen the selling coming in on the 60-minute, right? You would have seen the selling coming in on the 30-minute, and on the 15-minute, you would have seen the selling coming in also. All right. And then you would just you would just get out early rather than waiting for this. Okay.
Yeah.
You still get out, you still did well, right? You still did well, but you could time it a bit, you know, save a few pips. That
Thank
makes
you, David.
sense. That makes sense.
No, that was a great visual.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what Peter is doing now, right? Peter, you're using the 30-minute to kind of time your exits also.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great way. It's a great way to manage your trades. Okay, it's a great way, but you don't want to do that right after you get in, right? You have to let the trade work out. You only want to do this when I don't even like doing this or recommend doing this on your entries. Okay, because if you want to wait on the 240 on the buy signal on the 240, that's a big buy. If you try to do that, time your entry with the smaller time frames, there's a you might get in too soon. So you really stay on it's your exit. It's your exit that you want to fine tune, get out of. Okay. So sometimes you might try to fine tune your entry, right? On the smaller time frames, not waiting for a buy signal, and you get a lot of this stuff here. All right. So just be careful of that. All right. All right. But Travis, good job. Good job. Those were your first big trades, right?
Yeah. I had some weeks before where it was like just volatiles, or it was like get in and then like a day or two later get out. But yeah, those are the two big trades.
Good. Once you've done it, you'll do it again. You'll find more opportunities to do it again. Very good. Good job. Proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, Peter, you have a question?
Can we take a look at Exxon Mobil?
Exxon. Okay, let's take a look at.
XOM.
Okay, XOM. Oh, pull back on you, huh?
Yeah, I got in a little late. I got in right before Tuesday morning.
Okay.
87 call and also 90 call.
Okay.
The previous resistance, that should, if it holds, I'm good, right?
All right. So the concern here is this purpose, support, and resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the yellow, like if it previous resistance, if that holds as a support, I could stay in. Yeah, right there. Yeah. If it holds.
I don't like these purpose, support, and resistance, right? Especially when the price, remember I said, right, that you were late on the buy. Yeah. So here was your buy right here at 66. Okay. And you got in up in this area in here, right? Yeah, I don't like this, because guess what? Now, if you had purpose, support, and resistance down in this area here, right? So you're getting lower highs and lower lows near the breakout. It's not as bad. You can still, price can still kind of get through that area. But when we get purpose, support, and resistance after, I mean, after that's way up here. That's you're talking, it went from 66 to 90. I'm gonna call this a reversal. Yeah. I'm gonna call this a reversal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is the top for now. So I think this would be your top. Anything can happen, but we can't base, on our trading on anything can happen, right? So here is the high. I would expect some consolidation in here. Okay, I will look at the longer time frame, but you will get you'll get a sell signal. It's gonna look kind of like this here. Okay, so here's your buy signal, yellow support and resistance. Price came down, right? You get purple support and resistance, sell signal. Right here. Whenever you get those purple support and resistance, just think of purple support and resistance is the price getting overbought. Right? When it's yellow support and resistance in the markdown phase, it's oversold. So it's really overbought. And your buy signal is all the way down here. So I wouldn't play around with this. I mean, we'll take a look at the monthly time frame and the weekly, but I wouldn't. The trade is it's not that it's over, right? We still don't have a sell signal. It could go higher, but it's getting extended. I don't know how much higher it can go, because it's not when we get this purple support and resistance, just understand that price is not making new highs anymore. So we don't have new buyers coming in, right? We don't have new buyers coming in to continue to buy to help you push the price up, right? So this is signaling a reversal. So a sell signal is coming. White candles are coming. And we can tell also by the price action here. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly buy signal right here on the monthly. You've got some, so this is what's happening here, Peter. You've got some resistance, pretty strong resistance right here. The price pushed right up here. You're done. That's done, Peter. Try to look for an exit because you got to get through all of this, but you see here, this is very strong resistance. And you get in purple support and resistance on the 240. Yeah, this is why here. You know, this is why. Can it push through this? Yes. But I would say in order to really have the confidence to get above all of this area right here, this is pretty good resistance right here. I would look for it to break through this area, get above, get above 98, get around 100, and then you should see some daylight. But this right here is a big barrier, and that's why you seeing that that purple support and resistance on the 240 on the daily rather. Let's see the weekly. Yep, you've got resistance right here on the weekly, right here, right here. So, and understand, it's gone up a lot already. This is what it's supposed to do, right? It's gone up a lot already. So let's take a look at the 240. And we're almost done, guys. Okay, so Peter, here's the 240. All right. We had a buy signal here. Right, buy signal here, right here on a break of this resistance right here, and it's failing. And now it's below resistance becomes support, and now it's back in. You see that, Peter?
That's what I was talking about. This is the previous resistance.
Yeah. So we can do this. Let's do this. Just like Travis trade, let's see here. All right, XOM. So that's the 240. That's the daily. So we have a sell signal on the daily to exit. This is the 30-minute. I have a sell signal on the 30-minute. So selling is coming in. Sell signal up here. Price is all the way down here on the 15-minute. And same thing here. Okay. I'm not too concerned about the sell in here, but the sell in here, that sell signal on the 30-minute, that sell signal here on the 60-minute, and it's back. It's back below this resistance. All right. Now, could it go higher? Yeah. I mean, it could definitely hold. It could definitely hold, right? We see it all the time, right? It can come back in the box. You can trade it, but just be very careful, very nimble, right? So it can come back. It can come back in this area here, right? Kind of build itself up and take off again. And with what crude oil is doing, I mean, it could happen. But if the market starts moving higher, I mean, crude's came down. So if the market keeps moving higher, this is going to come down. Okay, so just be careful. Just be careful. That makes sense?
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, just be careful. All right, guys. Any other questions on anything? This was good. This was good. This was good. Any other questions on anything? Let's see here. The VIX is at 32, so it's still holding. All right, still holding here. We are starting to see more buying coming in. Okay, and this was today. So we've got we know energy has been up, but these are new. You see here, new up. So industrials, right? Real estate, utilities, healthcare, telecom, right? That's all up. Okay, so we are starting to see some buying, but it's early. Whenever we see, even for today, whenever we see buying coming in into these indexes right here, I mean these sectors right here, that sometimes mean that there might be a reversal. So we might see some more buying coming in into the market. So just be careful, be nimble. All right, be flexible. All right, futures are up, slightly up right now. So we could see some more buying coming in. All right, guy. Peter, are you still trading gold? GOLD?
Yeah. So I'm in gold and silver.
Okay, so sniper, here is gold here. Okay. All right, guys. You guys take care. Have a great evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow is stocks, ETFs, and options. All right. Take care, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
David.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.